The important thing is the, time to get to know each other, because some people are like, after 3 weeks, this is not it or this is it. I'm like, okay, I get it. You really like her, but time to get to know each other is important. And hello. What an intro, man.
Hello.
I love this song, man. It always gives
Yeah.
me, the pump, the hype. Yeah. That's the good word. It always gives me the hype. Let's go.
Hi, my man.
Bro, you're calling me on Instagram. Why are you
Really?
doing
Sorry.
that?
I don't know.
What the heck,
I
bro?
wanted to repost the story from you, but okay.
And then,
Accidentally.
you start calling me. It's like you don't have enough of one me. You need two of me.
Yeah.
Is that where we go? Hey, just mute Twitch if you have it on for the chat. I think I just heard myself there. Yeah. Okay. Welcome everybody. In podcast number 3, Night Ignition. I think that's a really epic name. It's like it's night, and now we will ignite the night. And today it's gonna be very awesome topic. Is romantic relationships. So Braxos, hello, Christina, hey.
Hello.
How you doing, chat, on this awesome evening? So yeah, let's go first things first, and tonight should be with us Jessa Mesa, another Twitch streamer, Slovenian Twitch streamer. Really, she is an epic woman, but she had some unfortunate thing happening, so she had to go and deal with that. She apologized, and she will be with us hopefully next time, whenever she will be ready. So yeah, if you want to know more, pop by on her Instagram and you will know why. So yeah, that's it. So until we get more people, you're stuck with us, and that's it. Yeah, okay. Romantic relationships, what a topic, huh? Always fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Always
Especially
fun to talk
two
about.
men talking about romantic relationships, huh? It's like taboo, huh?
Is it?
I don't know.
I mean,
I think it is.
okay. Yeah. So
In some
here
way.
on my right screen, I have the structure of the podcast and the minor topics we're gonna cover. That's why I will be looking right. Don't mind that. Everything is under control, so to speak, if you can control life these days. Yeah. Okay. So any intro words from you besides two men talking about romantic relationship? It's taboo. Men usually don't talk about that.
Yeah. Let's just say I think tonight's gonna be interesting because I'm single, you're married, so I think the different point of views will be shared, and yeah, that's it. Let's see what will come out at the end.
All right, awesome. You scared?
A little bit, yeah. I'm a little bit nervous. I must say, you know, you just needed to point that out, you know. Okay.
I need to put, this podcast and what we are doing on Mr. JP stream. The whole this Mr. JP family creating the community thing is about being authentic, vulnerable, and say it how it is without BS, like we kind of created also the podcast. So yeah, for me it's also I talked about this topic a lot of times in my workshops, and it's an awesome topic. And then when I was thinking today, man, this is not teenagers I'll be only talking to. This is gonna be older people, so is what I will be sharing really important. But yeah, putting that aside, Alex nervousness, me a little bit doubting, I would say. Let's get into it, right? So yeah, first of all, let's look into difference between okay, Chmurk said we'll go with that comment, and there we go. So single versus married guy, let's the battle begin.
Are we battling or something? But
I don't think this would be a fair battle anyway. So let's put
no.
battle aside and let's see if a married guy can contribute to a single guy. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way. Let's put it
that
that
yeah,
way.
that will be a better way. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it will be fun to see both sides of the horn. Hey, man, say, all right, chat is live. All right, awesome. I
That
like
is
that.
life.
I like that. Chat
Yeah,
is
yeah.
live. Okay, so let's start. With the difference being in love and loving somebody, or that is a big difference. So when I'll just say it how it is, how I usually explain for the starters is like being in love, it's all about the feelings, the butterflies, all those nice sensations, all that excitement when you are about to see the person you're in love with, you're about to spend the time with. But if you look beneath, in reality of being in love, it's one of the most beautiful and biggest lie. I say it again, most beautiful and biggest lie our brain comes up with. And why I say that? I say that because when you're being in love, the person you're with can do anything they want and you will go with it. Even though you have values here and you do not go over it, when you're being in love, that person can go over your values and you will be like, yeah, okay, they might change or they will do difference when they really get, you find some BS excuse so that you can still being in love and having that life alive because you're feeling so good, you're feeling hyped, you're feeling, life is beautiful, rainbows and stuff like that,
Yeah, everything is perfect.
Yeah, everything is perfect. This is it, And what also happens is when you really looked at it is because why is that happening? Because when that person come into your life, you get all those feelings and you see things as perfect and great, and you kind of mirror that on the person. So that person is responsible that I am feeling that way, and therefore you're being in love with that person. But when you're being in love, usually there is also fear of losing that.
Mm-hmm.
So and true love, let's call it true love, or love has nothing to do with fear or anxiety, not anxiety, excitement, all those lie things. But loving is really about something else. I call it's about being free and being accepting, respecting, always tell the truth, and and also honor, or honor your word and stuff in that manner. So there's kind of 4 basic things how I see for love is accept, respect, honor, and always tell the truth. And that are kind of the core ground. So that I would say for the beginning that we kind of put these 2 things aside. We're gonna be talking about love tonight and romantic relationships, how to I will be sharing how me and Ursha developed it into love and what was necessary and what I went through, and Alex here will be sharing what he's actually dealing with and where he's stuck. So maybe I'll give him a little bit of coaching in that manner, and all the single ladies or guys who are listening this, you can take it as your example. I don't know how exactly this will evolve, we will see as it goes, but I want to start with that being in love, and it's important. But by the way, being in love, it's very important these days because we people go around like this. We are having walls up and we are having minefield in front of that wall, and on the wall there are big machine guns. So anybody who is having good or bad intention are immediately bombarded, and you keep them away. And when you want to love somebody, you have to open the door of yourself. Let them in so the love can go in and out. But we're walking like that. So what being in love actually does, it opens that door without you knowing that you open the door. And unless the other person come into your world, it can gives you a way to get into their world. And then one day you say being in love, that goes away. Well, of course, life has short legs. It's a thing in Slovenia, it's called, So, it can never persist long way. It can only be, I don't know, for some it's a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of years, but never on and on and on. So yeah, in that manner. So that's why being in love is important, that you can actually get in each other's worlds these days. but I think it's important to know that it has nothing to do with loving one another. So yeah, Alex, anything you would want to add?
Well, I think you pointed out very good. I think when I'm just looking into myself, when I'm in love, it's like I'm not seeing any bad stuff, any bad things about the girl. And like you said, life is perfect. You accept everything, even though it's dealing with your values and other stuff. Um, but I think that timing, it's not long. It's like 1 till max. I had max 3 months of that, and then the reality point kicks in and said, "Damn, is this the person I was in love 2 months ago? Is she the same? Like in that areas?" So yes, yeah, I
Yeah.
think you connected very good difference between being in love and love.
But I can also share here how I come to this is actually love is a thing that my mom and dad really have in their relationship, and I was always, have a good example of what love actually is, standing there for each other no matter what. And I'm being raised in an environment where I was being taught where there is love, anything is possible. So if there is love, we can solve whatever problem it is. We will solve it. So my first relationship, a long-term relationship, I was really in love with that girl for 2 years, like, and all the time I was having excuses. She did something I didn't like, and I said, she will change that, she will change that, and I was keep on being in love. And on the other hand, I was being afraid to lose her. So that was going on, and in the end, of course, I lost her. She went with another guy. In my case, in some other cases, people just broke up. But I lost her because I was acting weird. I like everything I did. I was like that I'm doing with her. I didn't live my life. Suddenly, I was living a life that I would keep on more and more and more and more impressing her.
Mm-hmm.
And in that point, I didn't realize, she like you, man. She's holding your hand. She's being with you. What the heck are you doing trying to impress somebody? Even more. That's like you suffocate that person. And that's what I discovered when I was looking back, what actually I was doing that. So yeah, later on when I discovered that, I apologized to her for the asshole I was. I was being very jealous and stuff like that, all coming out of that fear and not being confident and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe we'll cover that a little bit more into the podcast. But another myth that we wanna kind of dissolve here is
Yeah.
the right one, right?
Oh.
Who is the right one? So people keep on going, and we are saying, I need to find the right one. So maybe Alex, you say first here. Who is the right? What does it mean when you hear that people say, or when you are thinking about it? Who is the right one? What does that mean for you?
Yeah, that means that you feel the most authentically you beside that person. So I think the right one is the person who gets you in a way. I cannot explain in what way, but in my from my perspective, that she gets me in a way that no else girl can get me, and that I can be myself with her without masks.
Mm.
I think the freedom to express, freedom to be who I want to be, freedom to still do what I want to do in my life, despite of having her by my side. I think that's the first thing that pops in my mind when you ask me this.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. I just remember one more thing, and I will go back to this. Is if anybody here is from Jessa Mesa's community, I really appreciate you guys that you popped by and you're being here. So I wanted to say that out because I know she said she will be on this podcast yesterday on her stream. And if anybody of you guys are here, thank you. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, that's it, right? How I go with the right one, I used to think, that is the one when you have all the butterflies and you're all excited about, and she's the queen of your world, and all the puffs and all the rainbows and stuff like that. But then one time when I was reading, I think, a book or something, it says in it that, no, it was a quote actually from I don't know who gave it out, but it said the right one is not the person that you feel excitement and all the butterflies and hearts racing and all that besides that person, but is the person who you are being at peace with. So like you said, no masks, being authentic, just being out there, fully express yourself, and that person just accept you the way you are and keep on supporting and standing for your greatness in whatever way you want to express yourself. And I think that is also the next thing that we can look here, who is the right one. And by that also saying, in the end, who is the right one, it will always be you saying who is the right one. If you will say the right one is the guy sitting next to you, then he is the right one. Or a girl sitting next to you, then she is the right one. If you will be saying she is not or he is not, and that girl is or that guy is, well, then that's it. So in the end, we can always come to, life goes how you say it goes. So, and the right one is the one you say is the right one. And if you say somebody is not, well, then it's not. I would say that's simple.
So you mean like in a way of power of the mind thing?
Yeah.
If I choose, I don't know, random girl that she's the right one, I will start looking at her like she's the right one for me.
Yeah.
Even though she's not acting in a way that, I feel like she's the right one.
Yeah, exactly. I can share here like how Ursha and I met. So basically, before we met,
Yeah.
I was having all the time this feeling, girl who would want to be with me would have to be courageous, because I'm, I know I don't have a 8-hour job, don't watch football, or just not being a kind of a, let's call it a regular guy, but I don't want to be, how to say,
stereotyping.
Yeah, stereotyping here. I just had this feeling, if you want to go with me through life, you will have to be courageous. And how we met is actually in one bar. I was going out as a wingman for a friend, Giga. I'm doing this at the time. We were doing this introduction leadership program, so we could lead introductions to the Landmark Forum, which we did, and it gave us a lot for our life. The techniques there, the technology there. And we wanted to spread that out, so we were doing that program. And in the classroom, he discovered something, why he is acting the way he is acting around girls. And I said, okay, man. Then after the classroom, we usually finish 11 p.m. I said, let's go out and, let's put it out on the court. Let's go fully out. Tonight, the first girl you like, you will go to her and you will talk to her, because that's what he discovered that is actually stopping him. So I went out as his wingman. I said, I will stay with you until you find the girl, then I'm out. And he's like, okay, cool. So we go out, all dressed up, because we need to be dressed up for those classroom in suits and stuff like that. And we are out in this bar, what it's called in Ljubljana, Kati Sark. Yeah, thank you. You know the story, So we are out there, and I'm standing all stood up in the crowd of, just mostly drunk people around us. I drink one beer, and we were there, and I look at the room, and there was like 5 women staring at me, not watching me, but when you look at the left, there is a woman looking at you. You look in front, I was like, what the heck is going on? I really don't care. And I didn't care that night. But then there in front of me was a girl or woman who was constantly watching, like eyeballing me. And I eyeballed her back. And usually girls look away sooner than I do. She keeps looking at me, and I'm like, I look away, I look back. She's still on me. I'm like, I just start smiling. I start laughing. And then me and Giga go a little bit more into the crowd, start dancing. And she pops by and she said, is there none, like in English would be, is no woman here tonight good enough for you? And I like, no. And she goes like, okay, goes away. And 20 minutes after, she pops back and she goes like, you're making me, not you're making me so nervous, but you are going on my nerves. So something about me was irritating her, and I was like, I don't know what to say, but I give you respect for you come and say that, and that for me was like, and then I didn't pay attention to that, but the when the things was going on and off in my head, I was like, man, if I ever see her again, I will go to her. I think that was courageous thing. And I didn't know at the time she was actually drunk. I couldn't say that because I didn't know. So 2 weeks later, we have another classroom, and after classroom, me and Giga go out. And she is again there, and then I go to her, and we spend the night together. And then our first date was like, so we spent the night together. Didn't sleep together. I just took her home, went to Novo Mesto from Ljubljana, and then we started texting and we chatting, and like, we're gonna meet more, and okay, cool. And then somehow Vienna pops by. And she was studying in Vienna, working in Vienna, and I said, okay, let's go to Vienna for a weekend. Why not? Being adventurous. And she says, okay, but I need to see you before. So we met again for a couple of hours before in Ljubljana, and then we went to Vienna for a weekend after knowing the girl for 10 hours. And that was just, for me, it was like courageous, and I was sold. So yeah, just from that, I was like, this is it. I didn't know at the time, but what I want to say is, from that thing, it came to me like, okay, I choose her, and let's see how it goes. So and if you ask me, she was total opposite of what my ideal girl was at the time, or ideal woman is. I had in mind this athletic, she do sports, she's like, outgoing, and she's like a lawyer. Her body was not in shape, it was like all the things, but the things that hooked me up was her courage, and it was her, her touch. Like, whenever she touches me, it's like a cloud would going through through my face. I mean, on my face. It's like, I don't know how to say it in English anyway. Yeah, she's my wife now, Christina. Yeah, we'll get to that. But I just want to say, that's how our story. I mean, that's how our story began, and I wasn't being in love at all with her, never. And I shared it with her. I shared it with her family. I said, I'm not in love with her, and people were like freaked out. People were like scared for her, like, how are you with a guy who is not in love? And I'm like, I'm not in love, but I really like her. That was it for me. That was enough at the time. So what I want to give you guys here is, the right one. You never know who will be. And I remember one thing that I said to myself is, I can either keep on finding the right one, like out there, and keep on searching for this athletic, and or I can find somebody who is interesting and I really like, and then support her in becoming that, because I know from a way that if you want to live long together, it's kind of a good to take care of your body and all the nutrition and stuff like that. So I just support her with that, and it went amazing. Now for me, she is like the top lady, and she just gave birth and she looks amazing. So I don't, because of me, it like can go top 10 top models in front of our apartment. I would be just like, nah, not interested. Yeah, because I choose her and I say she's the one for me, and that's it. Yeah, so that's how our story began, and that's what I just want to share here, how the right one goes. So you never know how it goes, but in the end, it's you saying whether she's the right one or not. Yeah. If that answers your question. I mean, you're saying, Alex, what you were.
Yeah, I would like to add just this is the story, and stories like yours for me are just like unimaginable. It's like, how is this possible? How is it possible? You said that to her the first time, and then you met the second time, and you interact each other, and then from then onwards, you were like in 10 hours in Vienna, and then spending weekend together, and now you're married. And for me, it's like, why those things don't happen to me also, you know?
Yeah.
This is the question that I'm asking all the time. And when I heard that story from you and from her, because
Yeah.
I was your, MC at your wedding, and when I heard the story, it was like, how is this possible? Because I heard your side of story, it's yours, and hers is a little bit, it's the same, but from her point of view. And I was I was like, how is this possible? You should never been together at all because of that kind of first impression, first relationship that you had, and yeah, I don't know, it's just
Yeah.
unimaginable for me. I don't know what else to say, how can I know? Because okay, I think I'm a lot in my head. I'm like thinking, overthinking, and I related with some, I want that kind of girl and that kind of girl, and yeah, I want to feel like that, and I want to be free. I want to be, you know, so many, specifics. I think that's one of the thing. Um, um, but I don't know. When I heard your story, it's like, for me, it's, I don't know if I met a girl in that way. I always met a girl when I was, I don't know, crazy in love. It's like passion and hormones all over the place, like in that way. And that relationships till now, they didn't last. Um, yeah. So
I mean,
how what
you
we
yeah.
okay? How what? Okay. Let me give you a question here. How, what changed in you that, even though she's not, athletic and all those stuff, what let let have you, what have you had in mind that in one moment that you said, okay, I like her that much, I want to be with her for the rest of my life, even though she's not in that area of my specifics, if you understand my question.
Yeah, perfectly. And I think what you just shared made the podcast for today. So
Aha, okay.
in a way of like we also structure it. We can, if we go through that, it will answer your question greatly. Just by the way, Christina said, Alex, your story will also be magical, just maybe in another way. And Shmurk said, I met the
Yeah.
one when I felt ready to meet him. It sounds crazy, but this is how it worked. So yeah, it works in tons of different ways. I will give here, and with you presenting how you're dealing, and I think that's awesome. Because what you just shared, I was also dealing with that when I was single. I was also dealing with that. Why I don't meet the one, why I don't have this what other people have. I have a friend who met his wife when he was 17 and she was 15, and they will be together next year for 20 years. Do you get that? All right. And they have 2 kids, and do you get that?
Yeah.
And they're working great. So I mean, you can always compare to other and look why other have it or not, or you can do what I did. And what I want to share now is basically I did a lot of self, like working on myself and looking, because I was being jealous. And how I approach things is I'm going deep into it. So where does jealousy coming from? Why am I being jealous? I know it doesn't bring anything good to the relationship. And it's definitely not expression of love when you're being jealous. You're being more, egoistic when you're being jealous, because it's all about you. You don't want to lose the person. It's all about you. And I was going into it, and I saw that, the other side of jealousy is trust. So when you trust yourself and trust the person you're with, then there's nothing to be jealous about. And then I look, okay, so we both did landmark, and how the things goes there. What you really take responsibility and see this your blind spots. So I saw my blind spot was actually with women, were that I didn't trust women since the age of 13. When I asked my schoolmate Marusha, after being 7 years in love, she would be my girlfriend. And she said no, because she doesn't want to date a schoolmate. 2 weeks after, I come into the school all hyped because it was a PA in the morning, my favorite class, doing sports. And I walk down the hallway and I see Marusha kissing Mickey, our schoolmate. And in
So
that
sad.
moment in my head was like, girls say one thing and do another. They're not to be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
But that went behind. I didn't know that was actually, influencing me so much through the years until I looked at it and I saw that in every relationship I didn't trust. So my first relationship with Yana, I didn't trust her that she loves me. When she said she loves me, for me it was like, yeah, okay, I don't believe you. I'm not, I'm not worthy, and stuff like that pops by, and yeah, you say one thing and, in the end you will go with another guy. That was in my head since basically day 2 of our relationship. In the end she will go with somebody else, because, and I didn't know where it comes from until I saw it. So yeah, when I took responsibility for that, I went and I apologized to all my ex-girlfriends for the way I was behaving, because it wasn't fair to them. Those relationships didn't have the chance to exist because I was not being trusting, and I was going around like I know everything about love. I'm this guy who is full of love, so I don't know why these things happens to me. You know what I mean? All these things. But actually I was full of BS in a way of I wasn't being trusting. I was being jealous, or I was being a cunt in a relationship, to be honest. I never physically abused girls, not in that way, but in a way of how I behaved, and they didn't feel really good about me, even though all of them wanted to marry me. That is the funny part. All of them ceased to be with me on a long term, but I was like, after Yana, who cheated on me, the other girls, I was like, you're too boring. You say one thing, you do another. That was going so fast. It was shorter and shorter relationship. So when I took basically responsibility for that, then I had a clean slate, so I could create anything I want. And that also is connected to parents. So there's this saying that your romantic relationship will go depends on how you have relationship with so for men, how you have relationship with your mom or sister, and for women, how you have relationship with father or brother. So that's why that's why often girls have guys who are like their dads, and men have partners who are like their moms or sisters. And also the issues are usually the same. So in the core, the issue is the same. So the issue that you have with your mom or your sister is usually the issue that you have with your girlfriend.
Damn.
What did you just see when I say that?
Oh shit. Yeah. I'm getting something from your share. Yeah, I think I found something, and that's it, that I'm not good enough in relationships, and that's why I'm not fully committed, like 100% into every relationship that I have been, even in the last one that I was 4.5 years. And when I think about now, I never, unless in the beginning, because I was like all in love and stuff, I never have been 100% in my relationship, And I think that sometimes I saw in my ex, who we were 4.5 years together, my mother's doings, because my mama likes to, I don't know, everything to have in control, in order, and I like freedom. That's why I like freedom. And then I see my father. My father also likes freedom, and when my mom goes and says something to him, he's like, "No, leave me alone. Don't, don't control me." And and now I'm seeing that I have the same reaction when I am remembered, even though she's not guilty of that, and then she's just the trigger, and she's not doing it in a way like my mom is doing it, and with not the same intention, I think. But I I feel like it's the same intention, and then I reacted back in not good way, so I separate us from getting deeper contact, I think, and now when I'm thinking about that, I think that the relationship that I had, it's pretty much, yeah, those things when they pops out,
Yeah.
I am that person, and I'm not like authentic anymore, and I'm just covering, like you said, those walls, and I'm not doing anything
Mm.
to to resolve that, because I'm going away from communication, and then I'm resenting stuff, and that's popping on this and that. That is accumulating one thing to another, and when several years goes by, it's you don't you feel the resentment from inside, but you don't know why you resent, and that's what happened to me
Yeah.
in the
And
last relationship.
it's also you are feeling threatened, right? When she says something and it reminds you of your mom,
Yeah,
it's like threatening. I don't want to end up like my dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Now,
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
point that out,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I want to
Yeah.
be. I want to have freedom.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in a
and
prison.
you know what the funny thing all about that is, that more or less we all
Uh,
deal with these kind of things. That's how it's basic human nature. But
mm,
how it is that the girl that you is currently with you, she has nothing to do with it. She maybe that's her expression of love, that she is concerned or anything, but you see it, it
mhm.
remembers you of your mom, and that's a trigger, and it's a reactivation, and she it doesn't matter what
Yeah.
she does, your
No,
current girlfriend, it's like she's
she
out,
doesn't have a chance.
she
No way.
doesn't have a
Yeah,
chance. She's out of the picture.
because
So
I'm not letting her to express, and yeah, often I see the reaction. Now I'm remembering the reactions. It was surprising. What did I do? What did I do? And I said, you're not letting me being free. You're controlling me. And she said, I'm not controlling you. I'm just saying, okay, you cannot don't do that. Like don't wash the dishes immediately. Leave it for 5 hours if you want. But I was triggered. Like, no, she's saying to me, do this right now, and yeah,
yeah.
and arguing was immediately, and oh my god, yeah, okay, it's interesting how things are connected now when you
Mhm.
say that. Yeah, I didn't address it in that kind of way, so
Mhm.
yeah, that's like being unfair to the girl, to the
Yeah, I
girlfriend.
mean, yeah, it was something in your past. You said, I will not have that. And when
Hmm.
the relationship that you were in was just maybe pointing in that direction, maybe it was like,
Maybe.
maybe a smell on 100 kilometers was like, maybe it's going that way. You were out. It was out, for you it was, we are there, I'm not doing that, get out,
Yeah.
so yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, so I can also share here, it's like, for me it was also with my mom. So I really, we had a loving relationship. I mean, we have loving relationship with my mom, but what I also discovered is when I was 6 years old and going to the first grade, on the first day, so they all call me Nates at home, you know
Okay.
and everybody in kindergarten called me Nates. And then I come in the first day of a new school. I didn't know anybody because kindergarten was on the other side of the town that I went to. And going to this school, it was a new group to impress. I came out of kindergarten as a king of the
Hmm.
group. So, the first day, teacher said, we were meeting like that. She said, Nate's, come to the table so we get to know who it is. Come to the board. And I like stand up, and this is, you were gonna see Nate's now. And suddenly we were two standing there, and I said, "Oh!" In my head was like, "Awesome, two Nates, that's gonna be whole party." And then in one moment, teacher were looking in the piece of paper, looking at us piece of paper, and she goes like, "How two if we have one?" And in my mind was like, "Yeah, the guy is nervous, so he messed up. Happens, shit happens." But in the corner of my eye, I saw my mom step out of the line of the mothers who were there with us, or the parent. I don't know if it was only mother, so let's say it was their parent. She steps out, starts walking towards me, and she leans down to me and she said, "Your name is not Nates. Your name is Yerne." So
Oh,
my whole identity was, and in my mind was like, okay, my mom is she doesn't know what she's doing. She's not to be trusted. She calls me that, and she says, "Who am I?" In that manner. So yeah, that's how, our relationship went from that moment on. I didn't trust her. I remember I was training dancing. She come into the wardrobe side asking me something. I was saying to her, "Get out! You're embarrassing me," which was really embarrassing for her in the end, and embarrassing for me that I reacted that to my mom. But it was come from that. I was embarrassed in the group when I was 6. So whenever there was a group and she was nearby, I was like feeling threatened. There's something's gonna happen. She's gonna say something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, look like I'm gonna look bad. So better to cut that. So yeah, it was. And when I also cleaned that up, I took responsibility. Look, she said that she didn't even remember. Basically, the story is my dad has a friend who have son Nate. So they said, okay, we will not give our son officially name Nate. He will be Erne, but we will call him Nate because we like name Nate. And yeah, so at home I'm still Nate, but officially Erne. But yeah, and it went like that. So not trusting my mom. That happened in the 13 years old. It was like the road was set for women. And if I wouldn't take responsibility, I would be still single today and smoking weed every night. That was my story 3 years ago. Being mad at the world, people are idiots, what they do to each other, no respect, and no women are, they're all messed up. You put all kind of excuses and stories on it so you can justify the way you are. So yeah, that is actually also covering, that you could then see who you are being in a relationship, which you perfectly discovered, right? You said, I was being, it was not her fault, and I was being asshole, I was being an asshole. My mom did something to my dad, and I just made up a story that, I don't want to be like my dad. And then a girlfriend does something which reminds me of that, like we said. Yeah. So that is a really good thing, if you're in a relationship that are not working, or you're not satisfied with, or you're keep on being single in and out, it's like it's a good thing to do a little self-reflection and look who actually you are in a relationship, but really are, without saying, oh, I'm all loving, I'm all supporting out there, and then you're basically being a jealous and miserable and bored, and unhappy, and you put or your own happiness onto the other person. So that is a really good thing to check on, who you really are being in a relationship, because that being will give you the relationship. So what I did then out of all this, to taking responsibility and clean up the mess I made with my exes and clean up the mess with my mom, that actually was influencing our relationship. And now is not. I now talk to my mom really often. When I hug her, I let go when she lets go. Before, when she hugged me, I was like, Mom, come on, but now I'm like, hey man, she's my mom, she did all the great things, she can hug me for as long as she wants, and when she will say the hug is long enough, then we let go. Like, won't push her away, it's like we don't see each other often, so in that moments when we see each other, it's like we are having a son now. And you can see, like, on Ursha's face, that she's really happy when the little one is interacting with her. He's 1 month old, but really, it's like giving the love. And moms remember that, and they want to have that feeling with us kids the whole life. So yeah. So when I did that, actually, then I was doing one seminar where we were working on projects. And then when we usually think about projects, it's like, big time. I will build that. I will make a company, But then the guy said, look, guys, for us people, everything is a project, Tying your shoelace is a project, But you just do it so automatically that you don't basically think about it. So he then said in that seminar, pick a project, pick your area of life, and take it on as a project that you would really like to have, transformation, or let's say a difference in, so that it would work differently. So I took on relationship, and then how project usually goes, what we discovered that is that a lot of project, 90% of human projects are failure, because there is no possibility for the project, no context for the project, and no intention of the project. It's just something like, I will do that, and you have no clue, and possibility in a way of who you are being in that project. So when I was writing that down, I said the possibility of who I'm being. So I gave myself the possibility that I am being in a relationship so loving, supporting, and fun. That was it, And I named the project Clown Ninja. So why Clown Ninja, It's a funny story. I saw it while it says, all the women wants a guy that they would feel safe with, which is basically a ninja, makes you feel safe if you're next to a ninja. And, and that all the women likes humor. So a guy who makes them laugh. So clown is that kind of thing, So then you put that two together, it's a clown ninja, So girls want clown ninja. so that was the name of the project. But what I want to say here is, really from the possibility that my relationship would be loving, supporting, and fun, then I discovered, okay, if I want that, first I need to be that. So just going around being, loving, supporting, and fun, and also working on myself was like I was being confident. I am confident in myself. I'm not afraid. If Usha say tomorrow I'm out, will I be sad? Definitely. Will I be disappointed? Definitely. But will it be end of the world? No. Because the reality is there is 3.5 billion women on the planet. So she is one of them. If she suddenly chooses that she's not happy with me, well, there is 3.49999, you know what I mean? But it's like, why? Because also what love is, that I learned along the way, is love is when you really love somebody, you want them to be happy. So if Ursha is not happy with me, it's only honorable from me that I let her go and she finds happiness with somebody else, because we all have this life. So who am I to say you are not to be in the relationship with other people because you left me? That's egocentric. That's not gonna keep you happy in life, and that's not love. Love is like live and let live. So in that manner, that's what I found. It's making our relationship, and that's how our story actually began. So I was being this guy who is loving, supporting, and fun. I was, I wasn't always nice to her in a way that most, how I would say, people didn't saw that I was being nice. Most people saw that I was being arrogant against her. So because when we met, she was often being cynical and skeptical, and I said to her in that moment, "You're not beautiful." And people go, how do you mean I'm not beautiful? How can you say that to me, that I'm not beautiful? And I said, look, you're being cynical and skeptical. I mean, who would want to be with that kind of person? Would you want to be with a guy who is cynical and skeptical? She says no. I say, there you go. You're not beautiful when you're being like that. You're being weird. To be honest, you're being ugly, because it's not somebody you want to spend life with, being cynical and skeptical. So that is how I approached our relationship. And at one point, because I'm so involved with this so landmark work, which is really standing that people are living the life they love, I said to her, like, if you don't do this program, we cannot be together. And she was like, what do you mean? I said, look, I'm putting that many hours into that thing, standing for the people, for, like Ula shared, who was in my talk show, that I point some things out. And there are other people, my mom and stuff like that, and so on, that I said, look, I'm putting so many hours. If you don't do the program, you won't even understand why I'm putting that many hours into that work, which is basically all assisting. I'm not getting paid for it, but just what I got out of it, I want to share with others. And in that moment, it was all her ball, so whether she chose that or not. And then she chose that she goes, and because of that, she is having, I don't know, she can say it in the chat if she wants, but I think she's listening. So, we're having really like a relationship that is awesome. I don't know what jealousy is. we're being together 2 years and we are married, having a kid, and all of that. We're just keep on reminding ourselves, being loving, supporting, and fun. And then we add on being powerful as together as a couple, so that we are like, whatever we approach, we're approaching it powerfully. It doesn't work always. Otherwise, it would be like, fairy tale. It's not fairy tale. We have ups and downs. We have disagreements. Just today, it was like that. She was being tired and she was like searching for who to blame, like Ty or me, that I'm not doing enough. And I said, something is not okay. What's wrong with you? She said, no, I'm okay. But I said, no, in your eyes, there's something off. Stop bullshitting me. So I'm being really direct, and I say that, but she knows it's coming from the space of love, because I'm really standing that she is this amazing woman that she can be. And when she's not, I tell her, you're not. So what are we gonna do about it? So yeah, that's why our relationship started the way it started. So yeah, that's why it's, in a way, the story that you just said. How can that be? Well, it was a lot of self-reflection on my side, and I never judged what she wants to do, and I never was afraid if she is leaving or not. That gives me a lot of freedom. So I could be free, yeah. I could be confident. I dealt with reality, not with the story in my head, like she's the only one who can love me. Man, come on, that's bullshit we're saying to each other, so that you can keep on playing small and being afraid when you're in a relationship. So I mean, she is the one. For me, she definitely is the one. Now when we are married, we gave our word that we will stay together, and that's what matters. So yeah, that is how we met. That is why we are doing the way we are doing. We're just seeing it as a project, and it takes work. It takes daily work. I mean, every morning you wake up. I wake up. I choose her over and over and over again. And it's easy to choose her because she's amazing. Like Shmurk said, your wife sounds amazing. Well, it doesn't sound amazing. She is amazing. I mean, I know it sounds for you guys, but in reality, she is amazing. She's doing so much, and the amount of love she has in her, and at the wedding, she's also crazy. She's sarcastic. We are having really dark humor. I will share this with you guys because I love you so much, and I want you to know who I am and what I'm going through, so you can choose whether to stay on this channel or not. But Thai is small right now, right? So we had this idea because we don't eat meat, so we don't eat animals. I don't eat any animals product, maybe eggs here and there, but and that's it. So we made this joke, because everybody else is teasing us in our families. In my family, they are okay now with it. In her family, they didn't accept it quite yet. But anyway, so we put Ty in the oven, with open oven. It wasn't on. We just put him in and take a picture and said, today will be meat for lunch, It was a joke, right? It was a joke. But it wasn't funny to nobody else. You know what I mean? It's like, but we had a blast. It was a joke, man. It's nothing serious. We didn't have the oven on. It's not gonna we're gonna really do that, It was a joke, and that's kind of what's bonding us. Is this dark humor that it's our thing, and we joke about it. And even if I tease her in some, that most women wouldn't, that I've been with, I will only share with from experience, wouldn't take it as good as she does. She doesn't put a story to it. She knows she's a joke. She knows I love her. I show that every day. So whatever I say in a way we are joking, it's a joke. Yeah, say it. Sorry, I was talking so much.
Yeah. No, I think what I'm hearing is, and what I know, because I know you, she gets you and you get her. And what I saw at the wedding, it was also amazing because she was unleashed with that. She was dancing in front of you, and she said to me, and when I knew her for the first time, I said to myself, she will never do that, and she did it because she wanted to surprise you and to give you an amazing wedding, amazing experience at the wedding. I was also crying there, and I was like, stop it, be professional, don't cry, But it was so amazing because, and her bridesmaids and her, in front of you, that was amazing. And what I also getting for myself is, and I want to attach to Chmurk's message. It's I met the one when I felt ready to meet, and now when I'm hearing your story, my question, the first thing was, how do you feel ready? How do you know that you feel ready, that you met? You know,
Mm.
that's the thing that I'm like still searching in my head, because it's, I don't know. I'm
You said it perfectly, and it resonates with a lot of people, right? Like I said before, I'm doing workshops for teenagers for more than 2,300 teenagers. So I dealt with 2,300 questions in the
yeah,
workshops that are coming with that, and a lot of them are connected with love, with this love life and how to like a girlfriend and like a boy and stuff like that. So I get into, and a lot of, just being, if you're in your mind, like you said, I'm thinking about it a lot,
hmm
it will never happen out there because you're thinking too much. That's what happens. You don't go with, what is important to me in a relationship is this, and that, and I'm gonna stand for this, and that, and that is who I'm gonna be, and that is how I want my relationship to be. And now I'll go out there and I will meet a one girl. If she will go along with that, then great, this is it. If she doesn't, next. That's simple, and that is how you get out of your head, I think. So you just gotta put on what is important to you. And I would say when you feel ready, I would say you feel ready when you say you're ready. If you say I'm ready now, you will be ready now. I don't even know what it means to be ready for a relationship. What is that? What conditions needs to be met that you are
yeah,
ready? What does that mean? I have a job, I have a car, I have a flat. So okay, now I have the, in Slovenia expression is najprej štalca, pol pa kravca. So first the bar and then the cow.
yeah.
It would be in English, but are that really the conditions for a relationship? I mean, who conditions then that? It's only you. It's us.
Yeah, me. Mm.
Right. So if you say I'm not ready, then you're not ready. If you say you're ready, you're ready.
And also, one other thing that now is popping in my head, now I'm thinking about how we get together with my ex, and I didn't did the first move. She was the one that she like gave me that kind of signals that I 100% knew that she likes me, and and I think that's one thing that I need to improve in my game, is to be more, it's expecting from a man to step up to the girl and do something about it, and like an action, and girls are waiting. But there are, in my case, it's like fear to rejection, you know and I'm feeling that, and that's coming from, I'm not good enough. If I'm going to be rejected, I'm not good enough, so I'm like projecting that thing, and even though I had in my when I was younger, I had the situations that girls were waiting for me for 1 year, and I didn't did anything. And then now, several years later, they said to me, "What have you? What were you waiting for?" And because I didn't do the first step, they were waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, the ex, my last ex, she was more courageous and brave, and she's decided I'm the one for her, and she get into the action, and that's why we hook up together, because if she didn't do the move, I think we wouldn't have 4.5 years of relationship.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking now. So
Yeah, I
This
mean,
trapping.
and that is a common thing, you know. You will find out there in the world really accomplished people, you know, successful people who are single or in a unfulfilling let's call it miserable relationships, you know. And it's a lot of comes from that. You're not good enough. You rethink it. You're thinking more about it than doing something about it. So yeah, and you just said it perfectly. I was afraid of being rejected. That is a common fear, especially for guys. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it looks like if she says no, that's it. That's the end. I'm dead afterwards. That's how it appears. So yeah, I I totally get you. I was the same. So for me, it
Yeah,
was
but how do you overcome that? How did you overcome that?
yeah. I just become confident and become confident in a way of
But you
that.
just get up in the morning and said, "Yeah, I'm confident." It's can you
Yeah,
how
I
do
get.
you
Um,
know
but basically, it's in a way of
that?
that. Like if you're working on yourself, like thinking, and see how you operate in the world, and how you operate brings you certain results. And if you don't like the results, then you look into yourself and say, okay, I need to do something different. And then you do something different and you see the result change, right? So what I did was I was like, okay, Yana broke up with me. I did approach that relationship how I approached it. Didn't work, so I'm gonna approach it totally different. So I didn't know. It was like development of the years. But in the end, I can say I become confident in who I am. So I know I'm this loving guy. I know I'm this different guy. I saw also, because all these girls, like I said before, did want to saw themselves in a long term with me. It's because I was different than most of the guys out there in a way of, I was being interested in who they are, what they're up to, how they, and stuff like that, to support, not help them in life, but support them to grow. That's what is important for me as well. So that was it. Yeah, you become confident in who you are. I mean, bro, you're an accomplished person, and everybody who is listening, you're accomplished people. Like what you achieved in your life, nobody else did. There is not a single person on this planet that achieved what you achieved
Mhm.
by now. It's only you. So if you're not proud on that, then if you're, that's it. That's what is taking your confidence away. You created fun for you. I mean, man, you are working with Goran Dragic, in English, Dragic. I mean, that's how they call him in NBA. I was joking,
Yeah.
but you're working with a very successful guy. You're working with Marcos Tavares and all the rest of the NBA junior stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to girls, you're like 5-year-old who doesn't know how to tie his shoes.
Yeah, pretty
you know
much. Yeah,
yeah,
it's amazing, but yeah,
yeah, it is. Like, I know, I've been there, and probably if you would put me out there now, I don't know,
yeah,
I would be again scared at the first, definitely I would be. It's like,
yeah,
well, I would be also comparing. That is another thing that we usually do, and it's like a downfall of our relationship. We compare our current relationship with our past relationship, or like you said, your relationship with your mom's and dad relationship, and that's like
yeah,
a downfall. That's like a pitfall. It's like you're building a pitfall. It's just a matter of time when everything goes south. So
yeah. So you want to say that yeah, what I learned from the past experience, and that's why I'm single for several years, because I don't want to jump into a relationship. And
okay, why? What will happen if you jump into a relationship?
I don't
What's
know.
the worst thing that can happen if you
Yeah,
jump into
that
a
I will
relationship?
bring my bullshit past from behind, into the relationship, and I don't know, striking the girl with some stuff that she doesn't deserve. That's
Okay,
that's it.
okay.
Yeah, and that's why I need, and I'm working on myself in that area. So yeah, why are you laughing now?
No, it's funny because it's like, we I would say it as it is, right? We go walking in the society, as normal human beings. But then when you look up under the hood, we are all loony toony. I mean, that's what you just shared right now. I know it's authentic and it's what's going on with you, but
Yeah.
that's loony toony, to be honest, right? That's like, bro, you're out of your mind. Because you said, I will not jump into a relationship because I'm afraid that I will give the girlfriend something that she doesn't deserve, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, right? So that I will
Yeah, that
bring all this.
doesn't sound, so,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really loony toony. Yeah, okay.
yeah. But you will only give, and look, you will give that. Even though if you work on yourself brilliantly, if you become a Buddhist monk in a way, very disciplined mind and stuff like that, when you will get into a relationship, you will get triggered. And you can only deal with those triggers when you are in a relationship. You cannot deal with those triggers when you are not in a relationship. It's impossible. Because they're not happening. You're thinking about them. You're imagining about. You're like, making a cartoon. Like it's a dreamland. Nothing to deal with reality, And then you're imagining all these different situations, how that goes, and what I will say, what she will say, And then comes life, and she doesn't say that, and you're like, what do I do now? What do I say now? So that's what I mean. What would be the worst if you jump into a relationship? Like, okay, you might do that. So what? Can you say I'm sorry? In the future, I'm not gonna do it. I saw what triggers me, so I will do that again. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's it. So let's look at the chat. So Chwork was reading. I was single for some time and always saying that I want to be in a relationship, when in fact I enjoyed my single life, partying, freedom, friends, and I didn't want to share this with another person. Then suddenly I just felt I want more. It was just a feeling, and then the guy came. It's hard to explain. You just need to be honest with yourself what you truly want deep down. I guess, yeah, that's it, I guess that resonates very well with my wife as well. She's like that, She's true to. I think that's what also what impresses me with her is that she is true to herself. So if I would say something to her, she might react first, but in the reality, she will look deep down. If that where does that resonates, where does that come from? And when she looks, she goes like, yeah, okay, I got it, and that's it. So Christina shared, if you constantly think and ask yourself how, when, who, etc., then that means you make a resistance. On point, exactly. You do. What you resist persists.
Mm-hmm.
So we can touch a current situation. Some people might agree, some not. But anyway, I was having a chat on Friday with a dear friend of mine, and she said, you know why this epidemic is around? Because people are resisting it. So what you resist persists. So we are resisting it. It's keep on being here because we don't go. It doesn't matter. Let's put it. But I just want to put it how big it can get. If something that you resist will persist. If you resist, like if I jump into a relationship, this and this might happen. You actually are resisting a relationship. So it's keep on persisting. You being single and you're being right about it. That's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and Manta said, "Atso, you king." Yeah, he's a king because he's sharing so authentically and openly with us, and that's awesome, so that he doesn't like hide himself and try to be here looking good and all perfect. But he said, "Yeah, man, that's it."
That's me.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we also want to give with this podcast out. Sometimes Atso will leading it, sometimes I will be leading it. Depends who have more experience or more knowledge or how to say about it. But sometimes we will both doing it, or sometimes third person will be here and she or him will be leading it. So we don't know. We just wanna share and give something to the people. So you might get something for yourself. If you're single or in a relationship with this topic. so yeah, so we kind of covered, it's like what are basics for a relationship. It's like that, you discover what kind of relationship you want to have, like in being, like if it would be a living thing, how would you want to be? So like I shared, for us is being loving, supporting, fun, and powerful, and then just keep on being that and doing actions from that place. You will not always succeed. We're being
Yeah.
nervous. But then we go like, she was being nervous today. I said something is off, and then I become nervous, and then we just apologize to each other. And she said it where it comes from. I said it where it comes from me, and that's it. And it's in the past. And then we kissed, we hugged, and it's like nothing. It's in the past now. So we always solve everything on the spot. It's like between me and Ursha, there is nothing that I would say 2 years ago on a Sunday you said this, and that means, and we are gonna solve this now. It's like, man, I don't remember 2 years ago. What are we gonna solve now? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So what actually that gives us, that we are living in the present. And just the other day, I think week ago, we were talking about that. For us, when days passed, it's like 100 years are passed. For me, yesterday it's like 100 years ago. When she was being pregnant for 9 months, I thought that is like 1,000 years. For me, it was like, can you give the birth to the baby? Come on, can we? It was like going so long. Right? So yeah. So I would say that's basic, and being accepting and respecting, and just keep on discovering yourself and grow in that manner. So supporting each other, to be the best version of yourself, and keep on throwing each other out of comfort zone. I think that's it. I like that very much, and that actually gives growth. So I know I throw her out of comfort zone quite a few times. She was safe. She did me, but she of course did me as well. It's like it can't go one without another. So yeah, but that's why we grew so much, and we're having this amazing relationship that, yeah, it's like I wouldn't change it for anything. And that actually, like next topic is workability in relationship. That gives workability. So what also gives workability is we're being really honest, and like she knows what I will be doing at any given time of the day. And she knows that not because she wants to control me, but she knows that so she knows when I'm being busy and when I have time to be with her and Ty, or stuff like that. So it's not out of control, because that for most people would like, I don't feel free if she knows everything or if he knows everything. But if you really want to be in a relationship that works, you say that so that other person know when they can count on you, when they can, what they can expect from you, and they know when there will be a time to spend with, and they can adjust their schedule to that. So we can enjoy time together and being really present in that time. Not that you come home from work and you don't know what you're gonna do whole afternoon, and then you do one thing, you didn't communicate to the wife, she has expectation that you will be with her, then you go out with friends, she doesn't know that you want to go, you just said I'm going, she gets upset, and then you go into a bar and says, my wife, she's really annoying, man, complaining about her, she complains to her girlfriends on the phone about you, and it's all that is because there is no clear communication. It's like, if he would say in advance, I'm going at that time, then I come home and I will be with you for 3 hours. We can do whatever you want, She'll be like, Christina asked, what is compatibility to you? How do you define it? So for two to be compatible, when they say in a relationship you have to compromise a lot, like making compromises. I think that's in English word. In Slovenian is compromise.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in that. I would say why. So what the compromise is, you say you want to go left, I say I'm gonna go right, and then we're gonna compromise on that. So this time we go left, and next time we go right. But I'm not satisfied. I want to go right. You want to go left. So when you're compromising, the whole word compromising, it means you're compromising something. You're giving something away, giving something up. So for me, it's more a cohesion. Cohesion is about agreement. So you want to do this, and I will go and do that with you without anything giving in return. Not saying we go do this your way now, and next time you go with me, and then you're like trading, like you're on a stock market trading things, right? So, and compatibility for me, it's like, I don't believe that there exist people who would just meet and be compatible without doing anything. You need communication. We just had Spela on Wednesday as our guest, who was sharing that, them two, she and her partner meet the way that they play badminton together. One evening they sat down together because they were at one place, and they were just started talking. I like this, I like that, and they were just like, me too, me too, me too. And then they just looked at each other and said, let's give it a try. Let's see how that works if we are together, with no sparkling and butterflies and stuff like that. And then now, 10 years later or something like that, they have 2 boys. They live together in Denmark, and it's all in communication, in being there for one another. And that is what compatibility is, I would say. Yeah. So compatibility is built. And if I said before, relationship is a project, on every project you have to work. So how you work on it, it's up to you. How much you put in, that's how much you get out. It's simple. So compatibility is when you communicate, you align with things. She knows what you're doing, why you're doing something, and what you're gonna do, and you know why she's doing something and what she's gonna do. And then there is no miscommunication, and then you have a compatible relationship. That's easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. I like this saying from a leader of my forum. Actually, he was keep on saying to us, life is simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
You get it? So yeah, so that it's actually, so that's kind of what I would say says all. So if you guys have any other questions, any comments, just type in the chat. So Shmurk said, I believe it's important that basic values are the same or at least similar. I would say yes. Because, but in the end, if you really look, we all people have the same basic values. We all want to be happy and all want to love and be loved. So that's like, you can have it with every single person on the planet. Then I think there are other things like I know what you guys are pointing out when Christina said that she also agreed with that. Yeah, everything else is in a communication. So if I like something, I can always enroll Ursha into that, and when she's enrolled, she can then take it as her own as well. And, that is suddenly a new value that she just add on that she didn't have before, or a new priority that she just add on that she didn't have before. So it all happens in communication. So yeah. So that's, I would say, for the people who are in a relationship, if I would give anything to them, it's communicate openly, authentically. So yeah, yesterday we had Nika, and she said, I was being like in a way of that if I will tell him what troubles me, I will annoy him, and I will burden him, and that's BS. That's where actually your relationship dies or slowly starts dying. You need to share what's going on with you and how you are, how to say, how you are, oh man, iskushna.
Experiencing
Yeah,
things.
how you're experiencing things. Yeah, thank you. Alex has a quick mind for that. I sometimes lose words, so that's it. We are compatible in that. You see,
Yeah,
but if I would keep on being in my head, and I would say, no, man, I'm not gonna say it. I want to look good, so I just miss a word, whatever, But you go out, you say it. He comes in, and yeah. So yeah, that's what I would say. You know, romantic relationship is not such a boohoo unless you make it a boohoo. So, and then it's all up to you. You know, you can be single, you can be married, you can cheat, you can. Everything is then a choice. In the bottom line, everything is a choice.
I have also one question now. You know, for me, it's important. I really like to dance,
Yeah.
as you know.
Yeah.
And if I know, if I have a girlfriend, you know, I'm just giving you one comparison, and then you give me your point of view on that. So for me, the way it is, if something is really important to me, or I don't know, to the girl, and no matter the in which side we are, let's say it's important to me, and dancing is important to me, like, I don't know, salsa, hip hop, no matter what kind of dance, but yeah. And if the girl that I have can be a very good dancer, or she can dance at all, you know. But I think if something is important to you, like, um, it's even on a greater scale of, you know, emotions, or, you know, if you can, you know, go home and dance in a way, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it because when you dance with, and you have musicality inside of you, like music,
Yeah, I
like
got it.
dancing, yeah. And when you have a girl that, I don't want to be now shallow, you know, but I'm just pointing out some things that I want to
Yeah, I
point
got it.
out that,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And if a girl doesn't know how to dance, it's like, it's okay, but it's not wow, you know, you understand?
Yeah.
And if she's dancing, like also having musicality, and you perform with her as well, it's like on the next level experience and feeling, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a contra question. Okay. What do you
Okay.
do if you're a pro dancer and a girl likes to dance, but she doesn't want to dance with you because you're too good of a dancer?
What do I do?
Yeah. What would you do?
What would I do? Like, can you repeat the question? If I
Yeah.
was a pro dancer, yeah?
So that's basically my story. Okay. I mean, what happens to me? I trained dancing for 16 years. So if the
Okay.
girl didn't know that I trained dance, it was okay. She danced with me. But as soon as she gets to know that I trained for 16 years, it's a lockdown. It's like, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of this guy. I'm not gonna dance with you.
Yeah, that's the reaction that I also get.
Oh, okay. So what does that has to
Yeah,
do with your relationship?
I don't know. I think it's if you can
Look,
have a
it's like,
relationship.
let's put it in a different way, right?
Okay,
You
yeah,
like to play football, right?
yeah,
Okay. So if your girlfriend doesn't like to play football, it will be hard for you to be with her?
no,
Okay. Why then dancing is a problem?
I don't know.
Exactly. You're making it an issue. That's it. And I thought,
Yeah, yeah,
and I get you on the other hand. How I see dancing, for me, it's the ultimate foreplay for let's say sexual intercourse, or making love. It's the ultimate. It's like two bodies get together in musicality. She is following you. You go left, she goes left. It's like two bodies are like one. Just expressing around each other or within each other. So that's basically what sex is. Just it doesn't have clothes on. But is that so? Ursha is also like that. That's Ursha's story. So I taught her our wedding dance, and that is the only time we really danced together. And the night we met when she was being drunk, not the night we met. I think the night when I said if I met her again, if I see her again, I will go to her. So that we danced that night, and we danced great because she was following me, but she was drunk. When she's sober, she doesn't want to dance with me. Still, she's embarrassed if I would say
what about now?
even if I go to her now, she would still be embarrassed to dance because she
And how
knows.
do you
No,
get that?
I just dance. I said I don't care. just
You
follow
don't
me.
care.
Yeah, I don't care, you know. That's her internal state saying something because it's afraid that it will die if, you know, something happens. In the end, I say, look, it's just us two, empty room, so just follow me, you know. It's not like we're gonna dance for 3 hours and, you know.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. So Christina said, Elena Cardone says, you are building an empire or you are destroying it. Relationship are empires. Exactly. I mean, it's just like your business is empire, your you know, your family is an empire. It's like the perspective is basically everything for a human being. How you see things, that's how things will go. How the world occurs to you, that's the actions you're gonna take in, so that the world will keep on occurring that to you. So there's a thing where that you can do is actually change your occurring and change your life. So Chmurk said, I agree, communication is everything, and to be able to share everything with the other person, even your darkest thoughts. Exactly. You know, I share with my wife everything, even the thoughts that I'm afraid of having it, you know, I share with her. But in the end, they're just thoughts. I didn't do anything on them. I didn't play with them. I don't judge myself based on them. I don't judge her based on my thoughts. It's just thoughts. They're random. You know, they pops in. Like you if you do something or not, you will have thoughts. So yeah. when you are able to share that and other person don't put a meaning to it and don't make an incident out of it, it's like what else can you wish for, you know? So in the end, I would say, Alex, for you and everybody who's listening, just drop down being looking good, avoiding looking bad. It's just gonna mess up your life, and you know, it's gonna postpone things. That's it. If you like a girl, go to her and say, I like you. And then play with whatever she will say back. That's what I say also to teenagers. You're slow, Jakey. So they're asking me, how can I approach a girl if no, so what, how can I approach her if I like a girl? And I say, just go to her and say you like her. Well, I can't do that, you know. It's like, and I like, look, I get it, you know. But if you go to a person and say, I like you, two things will happen. One thing that might happen, and in most cases probably will happen, is the person will say, I don't like you, peace off. But that's a good thing. Because you like the person, you went there, you expressed that, you get a no, and now you know, okay, I don't have a chance. Next. That's simple. If you're playing in your mind and, you know, people are going like, oh, how nice it would be if I would be with him or her, you know, we could do that, you know, and all the stories, you know, you already see the whole future ahead and, you know, everything, and half a year goes by. And then after half a year, you go, bye-bye, Jakey. Have a good night. Thank you for popping by. So you have all this, you know, the story, and half a year goes by, and then you say, okay, today I'm going to go to her and I will say, I like you. And then you go to her and you say, I like you. And she says, where were you 3 months ago? I'm in a relationship now. And in that moment, you will know that for 6 months you were dreaming to ask her. And you know, if you would ask her 6 months ago, you would be with her. Because she just said it to you. I would go out with you, but, you know, I'm with another guy.
Yeah, I had that real life experience.
Yeah.
That was,
I know. I'm sharing from real life experience as well. So what I say to them is, can you mute Twitch? I think I hear myself on your Twitch. I don't know how.
No, I don't have Twitch.
Okay, then I don't know. Maybe I just. Oh yeah, I know how I hear myself. You're having speakers and it goes into the mic. That's how I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Anyway, maybe next time then put earphones in. Just a technical issue, doesn't mean. So, you know, that's why I say to them. And the second thing that can happen, if you go now and she says yes or he says yes, bam, you're in a relationship like that. You know, and you can now be with the person that you like and actually Yeah, that's one important thing that probably I left out, and I want to say it now. The important thing is the, time to get to know each other, because some people are like, after 3 weeks, this is not it, or this is it. I'm like, okay, I get it. You really like her, but time to get to know each other is important. And if you break up a relationship after 1 month, it's like, yeah, okay, you've been together with somebody 1 month, you put yourself out openly, she did or he did, and then you saw, okay, this is not it, and then you break up. That is the only honorable thing to do. If you go for 2-3 years, it's like, and from the beginning that's not it, that this is not what you want, and this is not how the relationship that you want to have. It's crap. You just took 3 years from you, and you took 3 years from somebody else. Yeah, like Braxo said, I was with my wife for 10 years before we got married. I know people who were together for 3 weeks, got married, and they're still married for 15 years now. Me and Ursula got married after 1 year and, I don't know, 3 months, something like that. We on September 15 we knew each other for 2 years, and we are married and have a kid. So it's like, whatever pace you will take, it will be your life, it's your choices. But I really want to encourage people, if you like somebody, go out there and express that, and have fun together, and only good things can come out of it. Either he or she says no, you go to the next person, or he or she says yes, you're together, and you see if it works out. And if it doesn't, great, next. Don't put a meaning to it. It's like, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, good point.
That's my challenge, actually, for everybody who, we always put challenges in the end. So for single people, my challenge is, if you like somebody, go out and, express that and see what happens, and just be with their answer, whether they say yes or no. Just be with it, and don't put meaning on you. Yeah, Robbie, right? You're being together 10 years, and then you say, when you know. I like that, man. That's an awesome thing. Hey, look,
Yeah, 10
You
years,
know,
when you know. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But what's a good, like anything, you've been together for 10 years, and you probably were married to the girl way before you officially married her. So you just were, for some reason you didn't want to put the ring on before, whatever the reason was. But and another thing that I have, people say, oh, I like that guy, or I like that girl. We went out on a 3 dates, and now I don't know if you're in a relationship or not.
Yeah.
And I ask those people, I ask them, like, would you kiss any other person? And they say no. Well, then I said, well, you're in a relationship. You don't need to say it. You can, like, define it together, we're in a relationship. But it's like obvious. If you don't want to kiss anybody else, and you're kissing, Alex here, then you're in a relationship with Alex. That's simple. It's like, what do you need to define? It's like, what do need to happen? Do the airplane needs to go on the sky and says, this and this are in a relationship? I mean, this person and this person are in a relationship. The magic needs to happen. The magic is that you go out there and dare and be. Yeah, officially is basically we can also go that what marriage is. Officially is a piece of paper, but then the meaning that you put on is the meaning that you put on. For me, it's like the meaning is that two people or two worlds, in that manner, that successfully join together, like make a joint venture, right? But then it's keep on the work to stay together, to be together, to create together. So yeah. So yeah, maybe that's also one thing. When you're in a relationship, focus on what you are going to create with that relationship, not what that relationship is going to take from you, or deal with all the issues and the problems, which are what exactly. So yeah. Anything else, Alex? You have a question about?
No. when I'm getting married, I will tell you.
All right.
How do I? Yeah. But now, from my point of view, I get a lot of messages today,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that weekly challenge.
Mm-hmm.
To go out and be brave and just say it, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I mean,
And
look, we can put it that way. So when we are saying this challenge to you guys, right? And Alex, you take it on as well, and you will tell us next week how it went. You can go like, no, 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 but it's a week in your life. You're probably going to live for 100 years. So for 1 week, you're going out and you're fully self-expressed and saying people that you like them, you know. And some will say you're not, some will say no, and some will say yes. But out of those yeses, I'm sure great relationship will come out. And
mm,
then maybe just because you dare this week to do that, you might be, in a long lasting relationship until end of your partner's life. And that is amazing, isn't it? Wouldn't that be amazing if you get that this week? All the single guys, girls out there,
yeah.
just because
And
you
what
took on
about
this
for
challenge. Yeah, say.
and what about for the married ones or the couples? Do we
Well,
have some challenges for them?
yeah, we can
I
say it.
think we shouldn't leave them out. So
Yeah, so I would say when I'm talking to most of the people who are in relationships or having a kids family, is that when was the last time you two were on a date, or you two really took time for you, your partner, because when most of the people have kids, they just focus on the kids and they forget about each other and they forget about themselves. So my challenge would be, yeah, to go out on a date. You cannot
nice.
go out on a date in Slovenia at the moment because bars and
Yeah.
restaurants are locked down. But you can go for a walk, you can make a nice dinner or whatever, just be together for a couple of hours.
No phones.
Yeah, and don't talk about anything else except each other. Yeah. Yeah, Brax. So Saturday, it's a weekly thing. Yeah, it's like if you're, I mean, otherwise, the real challenge for me would be if you're in an unworkable, or let's say, in a relationship that you're not happy in or you're not satisfied with, would be that you communicate everything and take responsibility for that and then create something out of it in a manner of, what really works with us who are really busy is structure. So you make a weekly schedule. You say, okay, at this hour do this, and at that time I will take time for you and the baby,
Mhm.
or just you. So your partner can know when you will really spend time with them, and they don't need much, to be honest. We don't need much. I mean, right? Even though we think we need, but we don't need much. So Schmurk says, I have a question for Alex. What did you get for yourself from this discussion? Are you ready for relationship?
Sure. Very good. Well, what I get is not was is um that I just go out and stop being in my head. That's one thing. And to be direct and to be me without masks, to present me, because when I heard you before, you are not being arrogant, like you said that people think that you're arrogant, but you are direct, and that's the one thing that I respect about you and about being with Ursha like that, and no bullshitting. If you don't like her attitude, you just say it. You're not being, you know looking good and being, nice if you don't feel like being nice. And that's the thing that most resonated with me. Like, if you like something, say it. If you don't like something, also say it. Just express yourself in a way that you are, and that thing will be respected from the other side. If not, it's not the one for you, I think. So I think I get that from the discussion. And yeah, I'm ready for relationship. I will not wait, like everything to just come in place, and I'm ready for, like having no baggage, because yeah, you say that very good. that some things can be solved only in a relationship, and that I cannot solve it before, and I need to go in, and I must be aware of my baggage so I don't repeat the same mistake that I did before. Like if I got the trigger that my mom
Yeah.
gave me, imprinted my body, that I'm understanding that she's not doing from that point of view. So yeah, I think I got quite a lot today. So yeah, thank you for question, Shmurk, and yeah, I get a lot.
All right. Is there
And
a girl you like?
huh?
Is there a woman out there that you like right now?
Right now, no.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but you will know. I will. When that girl will. I think because of my point of view, because I was like this. I have barriers, so
You
I
didn't
have.
even saw her, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I think I don't even see if I like a girl.
Mm.
So I think from now on, all the possibilities, and I'm open, and I feel like being open, more open now from this
Mm.
discussion, and we'll see what happens. So
All
I'm
right.
now open for a new possibilities, as I can say. And yeah, thank you. It was a very good discussion today. So I'm like feeling relieved and more freedom inside of me, because oh my god, I don't have to deal with my thoughts again, because I'm everything I had in my head I just say it today, and some of them really hurt some. I hurt myself how talking. It's like, oh my god, what a bullshit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. That's a great thing that you just post out there, is that
yeah,
once you express your thoughts, you
yeah,
see the ridiculousness of them, and
yeah,
then you just kind of you lose them. But when you're having them only in your head and dwelling into
yeah.
that, and playing around with that, it looks like that serious. It's look tough,
Important.
important. It's
Yeah.
look
Mm,
it's look like a big barrier. So
mm.
yeah. So yeah, Braxa said Saturday it's a weekly thing. So I would say his partner, him and his partner are having that, which is awesome. And Chmuk said,
Yeah,
"Mr.
like a little.
JP, will you take this challenge?" Of course I will. I
Yeah.
mean, why not? I would take a challenge for merit. Yeah, we're already doing that. So the weekly schedule and spending some times together. Even now with the baby, we don't know when it falls asleep. So sometimes it's like, the last Friday we want to have a date night, and then in the end we have a date hours, 2 hours together. But it's
Yeah,
two.
but
It's 2 hours.
yeah,
It could be nothing. It could be like, I'm too tired, I'm going off, and
yeah,
nothing would
excuses.
happen. Yeah. So I would say, another thing, when you're in a relationship, don't take it for granted. Like, not a
Yeah.
single minute, I would say, because when you took it for granted, it's just you don't appreciate it, and when you don't appreciate it, it's like you're being asshole. That's it. Nobody wants to be with an asshole, so stop doing that.
Point.
stop stop
Stop
stop
being an
doing.
asshole.
Yeah, so my also, like, there could be tons of challenge we could set up today, but another one is also like, why
Yeah.
it's important to look who you are being in the relationship, is because then just put it on the other side and ask yourself, would you want to be in a relationship with somebody who is being like you? And if the answer is no,
Yeah.
then be somebody who you would be in a relationship with, and you will
Mm.
that will happen.
That's a really good one.
But
That's a really, really good one.
yeah, I say
Now, if I'm
I
thinking,
say I
yeah,
say that
I never
also,
thought about.
to everybody. It's like, people come to me, mothers come to me, with problem with their childs and stuff like that, and teenagers with about their parents, and then we look who they're being in the relationship with their loved ones. Then I ask them,
Mhm.
would you want to have a relationship with that kind of person? And they mostly say no. Then I'm like,
Mhm.
what the hell is wrong with you?
Straight to the
Yeah,
point. Let's go.
straight to the point. I mean, yeah, of course, because if you think your partner is annoying, would you want to be with somebody who thinks you're annoying? It's like, no, bro, what the hell,
Mm,
Go out there and resolve that, or just leave the person alone, right? And you know, I mean, yeah, there could be so much more we could talk about this. It's like, we could be like with people being attached, and I hate the expression when people say you're being in love and that being in love goes away and then you're just being friends for the rest of the life.
mm,
And I'm like, I don't have sex with my friends. What the hell are you talking about? you know, that's ridiculous for me. It's like, I mean, yeah, me and Dusha are best friends, but we're also best lovers. We are, partners in, creating things together. And being friends is important, but you know, I don't have sex with my friends. That's it. So why would I be in a relationship with a friend? I want to be in a relationship
yeah.
with a partner, somebody I love. I love in a romantic way. Let's call it that way. So yeah, I don't believe in that being in love. And what also I didn't share is like between me and Usha there is real love. I would call it real love because it's much more powerful, much more real, and much more, um, from my experience, much more fulfilling than being in love. Being in love is such an empty puff, it's like I don't know, pie in the
Mm,
sky. But when you really love, it's really the best feeling ever. It's like me and Usha, I could say we are loving each other more and more every day. It's like, there are expressions like you're gonna be with one girl for the rest of your life, in a way of, you're gonna have sex with one hole in for the rest of your life. I'm like, bro, I love that.
mm,
to be honest, to be strictly directly, I love that hole, man, and everything around it, and everything in it. It's like, why would I not want to be with that? It's like that's the real thing. And if you have considerations, you're gonna be with the one for the rest of your life, then just don't be, you know, don't be, don't be an asshole.
I love you when you are saying like this. You're crazy.
Yeah, and Chmurk
Yeah,
is smiling, of
unleashed.
course.
Mr. JP is unleashed.
Yeah, man, because
Wapa.
I really don't like how people are approaching partners, and they say my woman or my man is this and that way, and you gotta have options open. Man, bro, if you really love one another, you don't look elsewhere. You might have thoughts, what if, but then thought go away. That is a possibility, but you don't go out there and say, I got, if I'm on a diet, doesn't mean I cannot look at the menu. Well, I know it doesn't, but man, come on. If you're really with a woman that you love, you're not gonna think about how you would have sex with somebody else and dwell and then do action on it, like some people, or with a man. Like I don't say men, not stereotyping here. Men are worse or women are worse, but so when you love, and that's it. So yeah, I don't know. I could say probably much more, and I didn't say a lot that I would like to say. Oh, I will remember afterwards. Oh, I could say that as well. I could say that as well. So yeah, but it's just, that's it on romantic relationship. I would say that's my story, what I've been through, and what I learned, and what I give on. And most people find themselves in it, and like you said, see something they can do about it. So if only you, Alex, got something out of it, I'm okay. If anybody else got something out of it, I'm even more okay. So
yeah, I think they got something.
So yeah, I mean that's it. I'm kind of I'm empty on this topic.
Yeah, but if you look at the clock, we are almost 2 hours. So yeah, I think we must create another topic for next week. For the end.
Oh, right. So we set out the challenges. I hope you guys remember it, the single ones and the in relationship ones. Chburk says, I'm looking forward to meet Alex's girlfriend next week.
Next week we are on a lockdown.
Don't put pressure. That is not what the challenge is. Challenge is go out there and say it
We
like it.
have now police clock from 9 p.m. to 6 in the morning. No,
So you can
no
you
dating.
can actually invite her to come to you at 8 and stay until 6:05, and then she can go home.
Yeah, but first I must find her in.
Yeah, you have
That's a
to.
little bit difficult right
Yeah,
now during pandemic and lockdown. But thank you
it's like
for having good thoughts.
he has
Yeah,
to find her. He has to go down the rabbit
yeah.
hole.
Okay, now like this is like I will wake up and I will say I like you.
I know, I know, I know, bro. Don't worry, don't worry. I mean, take your time. The challenge was basically just if you see somebody who you like, or sounds appealing to you, just is the appealing the
Yeah,
right word?
I
Yeah,
will do
just
that.
yeah,
I will do that action because I think
yeah,
I said it. I will and I will do it.
yeah. That's awesome. And whatever
And
she
then
says.
and then whenever we get the next podcast, I will say it
Not
if I
whenever.
have done it.
It's next week. It's every Monday. What are you saying? Whenever we get together again, it's like
Yeah, what man?
Next week at 9 p.m. CET. It's like always gonna be like that with
We will
podcasts.
see. Let's put the
All
expectations.
right, all right. That's it on today's topic, romantic
Yeah,
relationship. Unless you have another question, another comment, we can go into that as well. We are here for you guys. So yeah, love to talk about it. But otherwise, let's create a topic for next week. So, what
yeah.
topic would you want to talk, like debate about, or hear us sharing about next week? The chat, you have the how to say, the drum roll is on you. No, we're doing the drum rolls and then you shoot.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think they are thinking, they are
No, they're
thinking
like,
what.
oh, what should we put? And
Yeah, what should.
they're like, I mean, this topic is good, but nah, they won't like it. I don't want to expose myself.
Yeah.
No, they won't like. They will think I'm an idiot. We already think you're an idiot because you're here with us. We know we are not normal, so same
Yeah.
birds fly together. But yeah, don't really worry about it. Just shoot. It's like there's no right or wrong answers. Uh, ooh, I see we had a new one. Did you add this one, the last one on the topics and dates?
Yeah, you said it that
Oh
I
yeah, you
need
did.
to edit.
You did it yesterday, right?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, man.
The next topic should be how Alex found his girlfriend. But that's not a topic for Cat Podcast. That's like a topic for Alex's Instagram or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I appreciate it for you saying out loud, but yeah.
Yeah, thank you for supporting me.
Yeah.
Chat, thank you for supporting me. I like it. Thank you.
Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate it. Yeah. But let's choose another topic.
Yeah, okay, I have one in mind, and it's
What?
basically what you're good at. So maybe we can, it's the habits.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, yeah, we can go into comfort zone. Yeah, I mean we can do that as well. Comfort zone. It's a good.
But we can connect comfort zone with habits.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Habits and comfort zone, how they're connected or disconnected.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe just pop out of my head. Good one, Schmurk. Thank you. So yeah, I think that is a good one, right? Because some people see habits as a constraining, some see them as a ground for for freedom or to elevate yourself in whatever way. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. I have good one about habits. It looks like tradition for me, and I don't like tradition. Yes, that's why I don't like habits. Because
you look from
it
I don't
keeps
know what
it's
kind.
my point of view. It keeps you in the past. It's like tradition keeps you in the past. Why would I be doing something they did 50 years ago? I mean, bro, we are in 21st century, not like 19th century. But you know, to each his own. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we can do that. Yeah. All right. There we have it. We have
Okay.
habits and comfort zone, and we will come up with the title probably already tomorrow, right? We said we're gonna meet on Tuesday. So yeah, let's see how we can connect those two and then have a good one on it. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean,
I
we
think
could be here for until the morning, I guess, just chatting. Sure, just chatting.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we're looking in advance. So if there is any, I would say, girl, woman that would want to do this podcast with us, shout out, write to me or to Alex. So basically, the future we are living into with this vision for this podcast is that there would be 4 of us, at least for the starters. So I think that would be good if we get that by New Year, right? Like we are 2 men, so 2 women. So we get all the different perspectives. All the different. I mean, yeah, it's just to get how to say, the diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Into these podcasts, because I think it's really important to have more. I saw it like that. I don't know, now I just want to justify it, like I don't believe in it and I have to more and more explain it. That's my thing. That's how I do. When I don't really believe it, I start explaining it and I'm like, bro, just
stop explaining. Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up and be with it, you say it. That's how it goes. That's why. Why? Because we said it.
Yeah. That's why.
Simple. All right, cool. That's it for today, folks. Thank you for staying with us for 2 hours. Whoever stayed with us, whoever was just listening, thank you for listening. For all the people who chat, thank you for chatting. All the questions, all the comments, all the good times we did today. Anything else you want to add?
No, just that I like this topic and thank you for giving us those your story, and I think that a lot of us get something from that, So yeah, can't wait for the next week.
Yeah,
Habit, man.
And who else better to conclude this stream than no drama llama, no problemos?
Yeah, this is like amazing. Yeah.
It's no like drama, we no clap to you for the name, and you just that's it. Nobody else say anything else in the chat. That's how the chat today ends. No, I'm joking. If anybody wants to say something, of course, express yourself. Don't do it.
Amazing.
But no drama llama, no problemos. Thank you for the applause.
Yeah.
We do it once because you only say once. If you would put 10s, we would do 10. But yeah. Right. No drama, no problems. That's how it goes.
Yes.
Simple. See you guys next week in this.
Yes.
In this, how it's called? In this band.
Time.
And I know. Yeah, for the podcast. But I will be on tomorrow at 11 with the boys. We're practicing for the tournament Call of Duty. So 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. we are doing it tomorrow, Wednesday, and then on Thursday in the evening, 8 to midnight, and then again 11 to 3 on Friday, and then tournament Saturday morning, early in the morning from 1 to 5. So the stream will be up from midnight to 5. It's gonna be hectic. It was like last time. But yeah, on Wednesday we have a talk show. The guest will be Miha Krušić, who is I would say famous choreographer in Slovenia. He's doing a lot of shows for the Pop TV. He was my coach in pro dance when we went to the World Champions in hip hop. He's having his own dancing academy, or he's helping in dancing academy in South Africa. So that's why we also said we're gonna do in English, so they can also come in and chat with us and listen to him. So yeah, he's a really accomplished guy, and he's dealing with stuff, working on projects during this Corona. But yeah, he will share that all with us on Wednesday. It's gonna be lit. His life story, it's inspiring. He's also having a kid with one of the best ballerina dancers, or how it's called, ballerinas in Slovenia, Anna Klašnja. So there's a lot of things. He loves to being a dad, so it's a guy I will really connect. And then on Sunday in Slovenian we have Jure Marolt, who is actually 1 year older than me. He's having 3 kids by now, building a house. He's a quite famous Instagrammer, blogger, journalist. So a guy who really knows how to express himself. So that's gonna be fun as well. It's gonna be like, we're having really amazing guests in the future. I'm really looking forward to them. Like I said, we are almost booked until New Year. Only 4 more dates are open, 1 in Slovenian and 3 in English. So I mean, guys, it will be amazing guests. So be with us. And of course, every Monday podcast with one and only Alex Tasco, and doing doing these topics.
Yeah.
Just today, and that's how we will finish it. I got the acknowledgement from one guy that I know from young years. We're coming from the same district in Novo Mesto, and he said, "Man, I want to say you have balls, to do the podcast like this and go out there and just express and put yourself out there." And I said to him, "Yeah, man, thank you. I get it. And you know why I do it? Because I don't want to have regrets. We all have something to give to each other. And this is my way of doing it. I enrolled Alex into it. I'm really glad that you took it on. And that's it. That's the whole purpose. Living life with no regrets. You want to stream. You want to talk to us in private, connect to us. You want to game with me? Say it in the chat. I want to game with you. Let's put it on. Why not? Call of Duty Warzone. Let's play together. Why not? Couple of games. It's also why I do the gaming, is because teenagers, that's one of the easiest ways to connect with the teenagers these days. So that's it. It's all about contribution. It's all about humanity. And see you guys tomorrow or whenever you will pop by with Alex. We will see each other next Monday. Bye-bye.
Have fun. Bye.